Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Lord of the Rings Online. We're sitting here with Gnarlo. Say hello, Gnarlo. Good boy. We're here in Falathlorn, which is the elven region of there at Luween. We're just outside of the little elven town of Dualand, just up the hill from where the festival stuff is taking place. This should be the last day that I spend doing festival stuff. It's going on until the 7th, so you've got 7 more days, well 8 days counting today. If it's still the 31st, still Halloween wherever you are. But you got another week basically to finish everything up and get the prizes and all that you're wanting. I did say I was going to show the different dances. I have got them all now. So, I'm going to type them in just to show you the different dances you can get. Since we're here in Dualand, we'll do the elf dances first. Alright, there's elf, the first one, which is just dance_elf. Like I said, that's the one. It looks kind of like an ape prancing about, which is pretty appropriate for an elf, I suppose. Here's the second one. It's dance_elf2. And honestly, it looks kind of like someone took a couple too many Ambien before they went to bed. So, once again, elves are kind of strange. Alright, but you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you see how humans dance. So I got dance, man. That's the one I've showed you before. Men just ain't got no rhythm. That's all you can say about that. Alright. Next we have Dance Man 2. Oh dear. Makes you wonder how the heck they've managed to take over the world. I guess because they don't spend any time dancing. Alright. Now we're going to do dance like a dwarf. Dance dwarf. Alright. This is Dance Dwarf 2. A bit livelier. That one I can get down with. Need a little bagpipe music or something in the background, but yeah, we can handle that one. Alright. But for real dancing, you gotta go with the hobbits. There we are. Hey, like everything else, hobbits just want to just mess around, eat, drink, dance, and be merry. And finally, Hobbit 2. Dance_Hobbit 2. See, kind of like the humans and the dwarves, but even when they're dancing, they gotta throw those legs out there. You know, gotta get some movement. Got to show that you're alive, for God's sake. Alright, so there you go. That's all the dances. And I'm going to head over to I'm going to head over to the private house over in the Bree homestead area. And when I get over there, I will go in and we'll show you the different kind of items that you have that you can put on the walls. So I'll just take a quick ride here. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. This isn't the main one. So I'll ride on down to Sellendim, which is just down the road, and there I can catch a quick travel to Bree. So I will be back with you shortly, just as soon as we get closer to the Bree homestead. So we will see you there. Okay, we're down here in South Bree. We are at the South Gate, just inside the South Gate, down here where the stable master is. I'll show you on the map. Right down here at the very bottom of it. Over here are the gates that go out to Staddle and Coombe, and the East Gate, the Prancing Pony's right there. So, it's going to show you the stable master does have a ride.
How can I be of service?
Out to the Breland homesteads, but it's 4 silver to get a horse out there. And it's really not that far. That's just an outrageous price at the level that I happen to be. Yeah, I've got 63 silver to my name, so that's not too far run. So we're not going to worry about buying a trip out there, but just to show you, we are right out here, right outside the auction house as well, just to show you where you are. So we're going to make a quick run out the South Gate and down toward where the homestead is. Said a few more levels and I'll be able to buy a horse, and this run will be even quicker. Of course, I could go ahead and pay turbine points for a horse ride if I wanted to, for the horse riding skill if I wanted to, but it's just not that critical to me right now. I don't mind taking my time, and that's one thing about the LOTRO game from the very beginning. I think it's had until it went free to play. Not that I'm knocking free to pay, because it definitely, I'm sure, helped. It helps keep the game alive and helps keep money coming in. And from what I understand from Turbine's statements, they're making a lot more money off of people buying stuff out of the store than they were making on subscription. So I understand from a business point of view, everybody's got to do that. I'm not knocking capitalism by any stretch of the imagination. So, but I'm not, I'm just saying this to speak as to the older crowd versus the newer crowd. I think the newer crowd that came in with the free-to-play, a lot of them are more of your traditional gamer types. Whereas I think most of the old crowd, I could be I could be wrong about this, obviously. I always admit that right up front, but I think most of the older gaming crowd, just from the conversations I would get into and the talk on the forums and the great discussions we would have and out of character, a lot of us were, we were Tolkien fans. That's the whole reason why we joined this, is because we were great fans of the stories, great fans of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, and right over there is the Midgewater Marshes, by the way, which we will probably be adventuring in without too much longer down the road. But back to the subject, we were, great Tolkien fans, and we were along for the ride. It was never about trying to level up and get to the end game as quickly as possible. And that big peak you see right there, there is Weathertop. Do you happen to know what that is? The game was never about trying to get to the end game as quickly as you could, because there just wasn't that much to do in the end game. Especially when it started out, there was like one raid up in Helgrod where you fought against an undead dragon, and when the game first came out, that was about it. And seriously, I've only been on, what have I been on? I've been on one raid in this game the entire time I've played it. Partly because I was just part of a very small kin. I've never been in a large raiding guild in this game. They call them kinships, actually. Here's the housing broker. You make a right turn here off the road and head down this path. I was never into the big raiding guilds and stuff. I got plenty of that back when I was in EverQuest. We used to raid on a weekly basis, and seriously, it got to the point where it was almost like having a second job, and I was just burned out on that. So yeah, like I said, it's always been about the path and been about the just enjoying the story and how you play along. Right here's the gate that takes you into the housing instance. This is the Breland housing instance. Said not that far, easy little run from Bree, and we are going to go into it. You hit the gate, and it comes up with a list of the neighborhoods. And the neighborhood that Actually, it's Gnarlo's house. Not Gnarlo's house. Glenoran's house. You met him earlier. He lives in Grimstable. So we will enter that neighborhood, and I will see you on the other side.